All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the visual novel, the the portal event. So I have been, a little bit of, thinking on how to get that black hole up and running properly. But so far, the idea of it is not fully completed. But I did got all the coloring done, well, the baseline coloring done for the rocks. So today I'm going to be fixing that up and then move on to the next bit, which is the bottom side here, and then we're going to get the black hole up and running. And then I think we're almost there, if I'm correct. This one, right? No. All right. That's this one. Yep. All right, no further ado, let's get started. So today I'm going to be fixing this up and then getting the last bit here done, and then we can finally start with the black hole effect and then hopefully get everything right as it should be. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult than before, I think. Yeah. I need to light it up a little bit more. All right. Nice. I will put this there. And I'm going to be making sure that I have this one filled up to the brick. Balance. Alright, now that's fixed. I can now go back here, pick up the color that I left behind. There we go. I need to double check something. Yes. Everything here is all right. So I think once all of this is done, I will be very happy already with the result. Then I can get the black hole up and running, and then I need to get the shading up and running properly. And I'll probably fix the background as well, because it still has some issues, which I'd like to resolve. Right. I see I forgot some bits here and there. Well, that happens sometimes. Right. Nice. Good. All right. Let's see. Hopefully everything else is going to be good as well once this is all done. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's not the color I'm suggesting. This is the color I'm suggesting. Jeez. Let's see. So, and this bit I also missed. It happens sometimes when you draw things and then you overlook things. Nice. So with that said, I can then get the rest of it running. Oh, all right. There's something different then. Ah, something on the outer layer. Oh well, I can fix that later. Let's first do this. No. Not on that layer. On this layer, please. Thank you. There you go. So today I actually came to the conclusion that I can actually do some silly business, which I will do once this is done. Once this drawing is done, I will do it. And it's gonna be very funny if I can actually get it fully completed, oh well, fully working. Because if I can get it fully working, it means that I can actually do some silly business. And with that silly business, I can do a lot of things with it. Mainly, I can save, which is one of the things that I can do normally, right? I can save it as a CreateApp file, I can save it as a PNG file. But lately, I also realized I can actually save it as as a Photoshop image. Yes, as a Photoshop image. Now you're probably wondering, like, why would that be a very relevant thing to do? Well, I have been looking into things here and there, to see like, all right, where do I leave with this? What do I need for it? How do I get to where I want to be? And then I realized, like, hold up. I can actually do something very funky with this, right? And I can. Mainly, I can actually use that, probably. I don't know for sure. I have not experimented with it too much. But if I'm correct, I can actually use that into a VTube Studio kind of approach. So I can actually use the Photoshop image to create a VTuber model with the Photoshop image, and then use that in a VTube version of it, which is actually quite silly because it means I can actually make VTuber model without using any of the, well, without changing the program. Oh, technically I'll be using lots of loops, but it would actually be very funny if I can actually do it. If I can make something workable, if I can make something workable that, you know, does make a fun little thing, I could actually do a lot of things with it. And I think I can actually do it. So I will try. Of course, this will take some time, but first I want this thing to be done. That's the first thing I'm going to be doing, and then I'm going to be trying to do ambition parts. Because if I can get that VTuber model up and running properly, that would be a very silly thing. Also, it will help with, you know, working on getting better at drawing people. Because, you know, I do need to figure out, like, how do I do it? What do I need to do? Where do I need to do? Apparently, I do need to make sure that I have, like, layers upon layers. So the hair needs to be in different layers. The eyes need to be in different layers. The clothing needs to be in different layers, and also the face itself needs to be in different layers. And the eyes, you know, the casual stuff. So if I can get a very basic of an idea of how I want to do this and how I want to create it, I could get actually this thing up and running. It would be very funny if I could get like, I need to make something with a mouth. Yes, I could actually make a VTuber model with a mouth. So what kind of thing? I think I will go for a regular piece of shit. Regular piece of shit. I will use some ideas that I think I will be using anyway. So I will be using aspects that I already am gonna be using anyway for drawing. So I'm gonna be using probably the old-fashioned RPG Maker, and then use those and then change those assets to make it more my style, and then use that as a baseline, and hopefully of course hopefully get that all into a drawing, so one character fully into a drawing, and then see how that works. I have no clue, by the way. This is gonna be probably a little bit difficult to do, but it would be very funny to do, because I believe I have then not created a 3D model of it. I have created a 2D model that then is gonna be created into 3D, which comes with its own problems, but it also creates a very funky thing. Like, if you would draw, like, for instance, a fish, you could actually make it then into a fully 3D model, which makes it quite silly. And it would actually make very fun things. I could make a very simple thing, very cool, very fast. I could make an elephant, and I can make the elephant fly around. Well, you know, of course, using its big giant ears. I could make a fucking Dumbo. That is great. That would be very silly. Anyway, so with that idea on my head, I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. I actually have this. I don't even have to pay like 2,000, well, what was it? $300 for a preset drawing program that actually can create these things. And I was like, that would make me able to learn more and more and more. Why not just keep with the basic kind of idea and then hopefully get that done? I don't know how clean it's gonna be, by the way. I have no clue if Creta actually can do this proper. But I have faith in this program that it actually can do something that maybe comes to mind. Because if I can make it in such a way, that it actually works, I can then make very silly things that I can add to this drawing, which makes things a lot more cool. I can make a simple animation. I can pick up things like, what would be a good idea to go for? I could go for Larry, for instance. I could go for Larry and save it like that, use that, but of course, you know, it lacks a lot of things. It lacks a lot of motions, it lacks a lot of hand gestures and all that stuff, and therefore Well, I could use it, but it's like some. So I think I will go for something more, more cooler. I think. Ooh, yes. I think that would be a very fun thing to do. I could actually pick up one of those simple. I could technically go for Gary's Backstreet Boys and use that as a reference sheet. The lovely little walrus penguin. That would actually be very silly, but also very cool. All right. But yeah, I need to make a design, need to make that design work, and then hopefully get that design up and running in such a way that it actually works proper. With that, with that in mind, I can then make it, and then I can import it into another model, if I'm correct. I can import it into another model and then use that to create the 3D model that I want. Of course, it will then be using different kind of approaches, but it should work. Should use the baselines that I need for it all to work. And then, we don't have we have a VTuber model which then works, but it doesn't work. Well, it works, but it is not a very valid VTuber model, which, well, it should be then a valid VTuber model, but it would be then actually handcrafted, which is quite cool. Quite cool idea. Of course, it's not very professional. It's made with a free program, which is already like, the bare minimum of like, yes, I'm using this program and I'm gonna be trying to see how much I can use this program to avoid other programs, which is very fun. Not gonna lie, I really like it that I can then use my program that I already am working on many years. I think already 4 years now, and yeah, improve upon the aspect and see where I can lead on this. All right. Damn it. So close. I forgot I have to do also the midsection. I was like, finally, I can start with drawing the darker parts of it. Psych! It's back to drawing the goddamn rock highlights. Yeah. Best stuff in the world. It's very relaxing, not gonna lie, but it is one of those things that you don't want to do too many times. You get a little bit of like, this is a problem. I don't want to do this anymore. But I think I did it with a church project where it actually was like, holy shit, I'm drawing way too many bricks here. Also, I drew it in the more semi-realistic style. And oh boy, when I'm drawing in the semi-realistic style, the things gets very slowed down, very bogged down, very fast. You will probably get like 2 things done by the end of the week. Mostly because you lack the experience, mostly because it is a goddamn amount of detail work that you need to do to get the spacing done and all that stuff. But the good thing is I actually did watch some anime today, and it actually turned out pretty good. So I'm happy. It was good anime. I like it when it is good anime. It's very mediocre, but it is fun. So, let's see. Especially when you went to the fucking government building to get yourself a new ID, and then it turns out that the idea that you already gave away to the government building was like, we have no records of this getting away. I'm like, really? I gave it away to you guys literally this week, and now you're already last week, and now you're already telling me that that you lost it. Impressive. Impressive. So I had to report it for missing, and now I'm having a new ID with a lovely little picture where I have my hand in plaster as well. So it's great. Great. Imagine you going to a photo shoot and you immediately be like, oh wait, I have an injury in my hand, so I can't. Oh, great. So yeah, I looked absolutely not happy in that picture, but okay. Well, you cannot smile in the picture anyway, but you get the point. I looked like I think my hair was absolutely a mess still because I made the wrong decision to wash my hair with the wrong ingredients. So I actually used shower gel on my hair. Can't do that. It's very bad for your hair. It's too acid-like, so your whole hair is getting dried up, and yeah, I had such a dry hair that was like, how the fuck do I fix this? So I had to buy myself shampoo to fix it, and now I'm back to normal. Yeah, luckily, but holy shit, that was a scare. That was a scare of my life. Like, what the hell's going on? Now I know that I'm not supposed to be doing it, not to go use a shower gel for anything else than my body. It's a great experience. Good experience to know. But beside that, the recovery was quick enough, but it was not quick enough for the photo shoot. So I still had my very, 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 how do you say that? Sprout out hair, which was very thin out. And now it's all back to normal, which is good. All right. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. Now we have that. We have that. We have that. Now we need to look for what I need. There we go. And now we're gonna go here with this. Nice. Now let's hope I can get the last bits up and running. There we go. Now that looks already a lot more brighter, much more shiny. Of course, I need to add some lighting to it as well, and then all that stuff in the dark and lighter colors. That's gonna be a pain. But first, the black hole part. And that's the first thing I need to do after this. But also I need to add all these highlights in these tiny little rocks. And then I need to add in the darker parts on these tiny little rocks. And only then I can be satisfied. But yeah, the bureaucracy at my local government building was an absolute mess. I think my mother and I had to wait for what? Half an hour. Half an hour or 45 minutes. Only to get told, like, by the way, you're either gonna be reporting this to be missing, or well, you have to be waiting for it to be returned. And I'm like, yeah, that will be making me going back again. That will be 3 times in a row. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing that. No thanks. So I actually fixed that. Get so many fucking rocks. I am luckily not losing track right now, so that's good. That thing, that blue part, that bothers me dearly, and I want to know which kind of layer that is. If it's one of the drawing layers where... Oh, fuck. I'm not supposed to do that. Why? Because that will ruin the image. Highlights need to be differently placed, not all the time the same place, otherwise you get no variety in it. Besides, it's not highlights, well, it's highlights, but it's not shading, so therefore it doesn't matter how you place it. But you need to be placing it in such a way that everything is doing the same thing. So everything comes from this direction, so everything needs to be this direction. Alright, now I can go back here and try these stupid rocks again. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna be doing a long stream today. Just finishing it all up, making this great again, and then get to where I want to be, which is drawing some expressions. Oh well, non-expression. First drawing the non-expression, and then see if I can tinker with it on the VTuber studio, and see if I can actually do that. That would be very funky, very fun as well, and it would make me very happy if I do so, because then I can do some silly business with it. And I think the best way to do it is just to get myself a little bit of workaround by using the RPG Maker, because it actually has, you know, like little ideas of like what kind of things you do, and then you just load them up and you get to where you want to be. I think I'm gonna go for like an image of a face. That would actually be fine. That would be actually fine. And then, you know, use different layers, and then those layers can actually be rigged. And that's how you can create the VTuber model, if I'm correct. I don't know for sure, but I can actually do that way. So I'm going to be using a 2D model and then use that 2D model to be converted into a 3D model, instead of fully going for a 3D model in one go. And then I can actually make any 2D model into a 3D model by doing that. Of course, you know, I need to specifically design it, which is going to be the main problem of it. It's like you need to figure out like, all right, this bit needs to be in this layer, this bit needs to be in that layer, because if you want to rig it, you're going to rig it all the way, and that means that if you have hair on the same layer as the face, well, it ain't gonna move unless the face is moving. So you need to be like, you know, having ways of making it a little bit more less stiff. Not gonna lie, yeah. So instead of a 3D model, I'm going to use a 2D model, and then the 2D model I can use to create a 3D model. Right. Will it then be good, is the question, but that is my curiosity already blooming, like, what kind of things can I do to make it actually work? Well, I can use that, I can use this, I can use that, I can use this, I can use that. But, you know, what do you want to create? That's the question always. It's like, what do you want? What do you want? What kind of thing do you want to create that, you know, moves around on the image itself and then works around? And I'm like, what do I want? What do I want? So the whole point is, I cannot use I cannot move my camera to this direction, because, well, you know, I'm already drawing, so I'm way too close. So the VTuber model will only be useful when I'm trying to game, which with one hand doesn't work pretty well, not gonna lie. Honestly, I could do it, you know, do some typing lessons with two fingers on one end and one full finger, but I would like to have all my fingers, so in 2 months I will be able to do that, but not right now, which is the main problem. So a lot of games do fall off. I could play some Conquerors of Elysium, which is quite good. I also could do some drawing. So, you know, drawing is going to be the main thing that I'm going to be doing today, these weeks. Mainly because, you know, there is not going to be anything else I can do with one arm. Luckily, I did not break my drawing arm, so good for me. Good for me on that side note. But yeah, it is quite painful to not be able to draw properly. I wish I was able to draw properly now already, like, having two spare hands, because then I can do a lot more things, be a lot more productive, but also I could actually do something very good, which I would love to do, which is doing the dishes, which I can't with one hand, because you need two hands you will need one hand to hold the dish and one hand to clean it up, and that doesn't work when you have only one hand to work with. So yeah, daily life has been a little bit of a an up and down, but I'm getting better at it. And right now I already can, do everything with one hand that I can do, that I should do. But I need to do some bits here and there as well, like this. And I think tonight I will do some daily walking. I think tomorrow I will do a walk of 6 miles, but it's a little bit long though. But I need to do something, so that's the question what. Alright, that bit is done. Now we can move to the next bit. So what we did was actually adding in a second color to a third color to this. This creates spacing or detail work, which is nice. Nice. And there we go. And I forgot this bit. Damn it! Oh well. I will use this power wisely then. Putting that there. Then go back to the bit that was missing. Then use that power of the light to get that thing there. That's not the right color I'm selecting. There you go. Now it's fixed. Now it's fixed. Now I can go back to the color that I want, which is this one. That one I no longer need, so I will remove it. Boop. And I no longer need this one as well, because I'm now gonna be going back to it. So we're gonna be fixing this up, and we're gonna add some lovely little shading to these rocks. And with that, it should then create an effect that creates a lot more of a realistic look towards the rocks. It gives like a little bit of a, like those tiny little stones that you have in the, how do you say that, in an aquarium, for instance. That's the one I'm looking for. The aquarium rocks. You know those white rocks, those white gray rocks that you throw in the aquarium? When you look from it on a distance, you see that there are rocks. But when you look closer and closer and closer, you get to see that the rocks are like, different shapes and all that stuff. And with this effect on it, it does create that shape effect and makes the rocks look nice. Because now, look at that. Boom. And maybe it doesn't look like it. You don't see much. It's barely noticeable, but once we add in the lighting part, oh boy, that's gonna be the fun part. It's also probably also the part where I screw up most of the things, because I suck at it. So I will try my very best to get the lighting properly done. But first I need to add the black holes so that I know where the light points will be and how the light points will be. Because the light point is going to be probably reddish in the front and then more yellowish on the back. The main problem with this is, of course, that with the black hole I need to make it all twisted and twirled. So that's why the yellowish is in the back and not in the front, because we have reddish, how do you say that? Reddish windows? Yeah, windows, right, yeah. We have we have red windows, which then creates red light into the scenery. Mainly because of how windows work, how glass windows work. You create the light that comes from it. I think, right? If you use a red light, you can only see red. It probably works like that. I don't know for sure, but that's how I would say, like, if you have a red light, you get red light in the scenery. But does it also work with LED windows? I think it would. I think it would. I think if you have like a yellow LED window, it would create yellow light because the only thing that is passing through is yellow light. That's how it works, yellow or green light. And because the light is already yellow at the beginning, it creates that light, so it breaks the light down. So that's why it should work like that. I don't know for sure though. Could be totally wrong, but that's the thing that I want to. That's the thing that I want to create anyway. Oh, this is gonna be taking so long, but it is necessary. We're already 30 minutes in, so that means that we're on a good schedule and getting this all finished within an hour. Hopefully I can get it done within an hour, but yeah, I already worked on it today, I believe. Yeah, I worked on it today to get to where I want to be with this. So I only had to do the headlights, and I fixed up the cleaning of the coloring parts and put the dark color already in there on the things. So yeah, but that was a very oh my, I hate it when that happens. I hate it when I forget things like that. That's quite an important bit. It's in the middle of it and it's big, so it will be shown if I make that mistake. Alright, now we're gonna go back, pick up the color again. Hopefully the color doesn't variate now. Because if it does, I will be royally screwed, but alright. So yeah, with these drawings I can get to where I want to be. It's not a great drawing, this one, because of being a little bit outdated, honestly, and the draw style. And I cannot use a different draw style because otherwise it will be shown big time on the drawing itself, which kind of sucks. That's why I want to actually finish this one, so I can add it into the visual novel and be done with it. And I can actually work, so I actually have a reference sheet for next time I will draw this scene, because I will probably draw this scene again. That way, with a much more cleaner view on it, probably as well. But so far, it's actually looking good. All right. So how does this look like? That looks decent. And I forgot one bit more. Oh my god. Yeah. Stupid rocks always turning against me with these things. But that's the good part. Even though they turn against me, I can still... No. That way. Yes. Other way? Hell no. Why? Because otherwise you can... There you go. Now we move to the next bit, which is over here. Yeah, you can already see the difference between one bit that is done and one bit that's not done. All right. Nice. Now I'm gonna go up and fix this bit. And then we are almost done with all the stuff. Then we're gonna do the background part here. And then we're gonna finally start with the black hole part, which is gonna be the hardest part because I've never drew a black hole before. And I need to figure out like how the hell I can get that galaxy looking colors in there. Because if I draw it in pure black, it doesn't work. The main issue with the pure black version of it is that, well, you have a black hole, but it doesn't have any space or anything. It doesn't have any shading because, you know, it's pure the darkest color of the darkest color, so it doesn't work like that. And I need to make sure that I don't do that. I like to prevent that, and if I don't, well, I'm screwed. Now look at that. Beautiful. And now you can already see the difference between the ones that are colored and the ones that are not highlighted colored. It creates a much more effective shading. And the more I do this, the better it gets, but of course, you know, we need to make sure that we have everything done. Yeah. There we go with that part. Nice. Then we're gonna go here, get that color in there, this side. There we go. Now we're gonna pick up this color again, and we're gonna move to the next bit, which is over here. And slowly but steadily, we're fixing up all the bits that I did beforehand. It does require a lot of motions, but once we're done with this, it is very stationary. It's a lot more less motions and more like, squares. Got it. So yeah. Luckily, this does provide me with all the stuff that I need for it. So that's always good. Just drawing things and making the things go good. Alright. And the first thing we need to do is making sure that all this is done properly. Because if we have the background done properly, there's no need for anything else to be issued. There we go. Where did I to see what was the mistake. Not here. All right. Now we're gonna go. Yeah, I need to save. That is indeed a good idea. Okay, that's indeed a good idea. Save as. First save it as the original one, just in case. Then after that, we're gonna be saving it again. Oh, we're so close though. We're so fucking close. We only need the bottom part as well. So we can get it done in one go. Save as the version of the other one. And then we move to the next bit. So now we're gonna go down, correct. All right. There we go. And now we're gonna be doing the thing that I want to do. Nice. Now we can move to the next bit, which is over here, and fix this one up. The more we do this, the better it gets. So just getting all these rocks done is what I need to do. And then tomorrow I will get all the goddamn stupid... No, I will get the slabs done and then I can start with the black hole, probably. Ooh, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. But it pays off. That's the main idea of it all. Alright, first things first, get this bit. There you go, and then go back. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. Nice. Oh, fuck. Hell no, hell no. Why? Why is this changing colors? Because I'm looking double, right? Yeah. God damn it. Alright, it's already happening. Great. Because I've been working on this texture for too long, I'm starting to see different colors, though which there are none. Because, you know, it does require a lot of concentration to focus on all of this. So it creates a little bit of an effect that changes the colors of the drawing. Normally when you take a break, it actually goes away, so that's always a thing that I want to do, because it's technically an optical illusion, which is annoying to deal with. All right, now we're here, and we can fix this one, and then we only need to fix a little bit more, right? Yeah, just a little bit. There we go. Right. There you go. Nice. Come on, come on, come on. Let's see. This one, that one, this one. Grab this one again. And then move over here. Where is it? This bit right here. Jesus. This is what I mean with issues with the thing. And there we go. Now we actually saved that problem, and now we can actually do the last bit. All right, first things first. We have now this whole damn shenanigans, right? Yeah, we have all this. We have this, and this is then the whole bit. No. This is the whole bit. No. This is the whole bit. No. There. Easy solve. Okay. Now we have that, we have that, we have that. Now we have that. Now we're going to be putting these two together. So we have one bit. Because this is all that. And the staff is there. Cool. So we can actually move the staff over here. Now we have a staff. Cool. Now what I want is this bit. I want to go for reddish. That's a good one. Is this possible? That's the question. All right, how do we do this? That's too much, too much, too much. That's the one. Ooh, that's not how it works. All right, so this is not gonna be the option. No. All right, so how do I get this then? Do I only then use darker colors instead? If I do this, yes. Now go for that. Close. That's yes, that's how to do it. I cannot change the highlights. I can do change the rock formations. Yeah, I do need to do a filter as well with this. Yes. But then I need to make sure that I have this actually fixed up. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna be able to do it. Now, well, I will leave it here for now. I'm gonna get dizzy if I do it now. I do want to have this thing be done well. So tomorrow I will be working on this, see if I can get it fully finished, and hopefully get some nice lighting in it as well. So I hope you all enjoyed it for now, and thanks all for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, I want to wish you a lovely day, and